Well, we're now being joined in the studio by the National Public Relations Officer of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Yakubu Suleiman. All right, Director of News and Politics Editor Sumner Sambo is also with us. Now, let's welcome both of you gentlemen. Let's start off with the man that many Nigerians would like to hear from, Yakubu Suleiman. These are not best of times. Yes, a statement from the president has actually snowballed into some chaotic scenes across the country. Paint for us a picture of what this is about as an IPMAN member.
Yeah, good evening, Nigerians. First and foremost, we have to, appreciate Nigerians with the situation we find ourselves. But I want to, inform Nigerians that deregulations is the best answer for Nigeria. And all of us knew Nigeria cannot sustain paying subsidy and neglecting the critical sector of the economy and Nigerians. The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria have over the years supported government in deregulating the economy because we know and we believe there is no country in the world that its economy can succeed without deregulating the whole economy space. So therefore, I believe this is the right time. IPMAN have applauded the courage and determination of Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, for summoning the courage and tell the truth to Nigerians that there's nothing more than deregulation. Subsidy must be removed. And I want to inform Nigerians that it is not the new government that removed subsidy. Already, the subsidy has been removed from the end of June because it's a law which the budget, it has been made a provision, it has been provided in the budget which it will end in the month of June. So basically by July, things will take up, and at the same time I want to assure Nigerians by the assurance of the Nigerian Petroleum Corporation, NNPC Limited, and NMDPR, that have assured Nigerians that there is enough stock of petroleum product in the country.
Right.
And that we want to assure Nigerians, IPMAN, MOMAN, DAPAN are ready to support the government and ensure this product get to the where it's supposed to go. All
right, Sumner, let's bring you in here. I mean, you heard the IPMAN PRO there say, look, it's assurances from everywhere. IPMAN is reassuring the regulator, the NMDPRA is reassuring Nigerians, NNPCL is reassuring Nigerians. But let's even narrow it down to the issue of the regulator, the NMDPRA, who says, let me quote very quickly, we will continue to monitor activities and implement necessary measures to enhance transparency and accountability in the petroleum downstream sector. Is the NMDPRA really protecting the interest of Nigerians in all of this? Across the country, Nigerians are sleeping at filling stations.
Thank you so much, Ngozi. The NMDPRA needs to be called out at the moment because this particular agency of government that was that's a product of the Petroleum Industry Act, Section 32, 33 of that act actually empowers the NMDPRA to be the one that will control the midstream and downstream industry on behalf of the Nigerian people. We've seen that this agency has gone sleepy, especially under Farouk Ahmed, who is the incumbent head of that agency. And we've seen that in this instance, there have been lots of confusion as to the state of the subsidy removal and what exactly is going to be done. Now, the federal government itself seems to be confused about this issue. as to what exactly was going to be happening. Now, the NNPC, which is a federal government-owned national oil company, seems to have adjusted its prices today. But the same federal government told us that subsidy provision will be provided till the end of June. And this is May 31st. So why is the NNPC adjusting its pump price when it's not yet the end of June? And now the NMDPRA, as at Sunday and just yesterday, had issued a statement saying that they were going to ensure that alongside the NNPC, that the Nigerian people are protected. And you can see it very clearly when they stated that we are working closely with NNPC Limited and other key stakeholders to guarantee a smooth transition, avoid supply disruptions, and ensure that consumers are not shortchanged in any form. This night, as a lot of Nigerians wake up, it's very clear that the Nigerian consumers have been shortchanged because the policy misdirection that we are witnessing is not being properly explained to Nigerians. This same NMDPRA has said that the authority assures that there is ample supply of PMS to meet demand as we have taken necessary steps to ensure distribution channels remain uninterrupted and fuel is readily available at all filling stations across the country. Now, if fuel is readily available, then how come we have queues across the country? Something is not being said here. And I want to quote what the immediate past Minister of Finance had told Nigerians when the National Council of State had met. This is what she said, and I would like to quote her exactly. She said that the council agreed that the timing of the removal of fuel subsidy should not be now, but that we should continue with all of the preparatory works that need to be done, and these preparatory works have to be done in consultation with the states and other key stakeholders, including representatives of the incoming administration. So if this new administration decided to take this decision, was this decision taken alongside these people we have seen coming out of the meeting today who are saying that the procedures for this announcement were not properly put in place, and that the decision was too hasty because they were still trying to prepare the grounds for a conversation only for them to hear that it had been removed? So in a nutshell, the NMDPRA is supposed to have been the protector of the people at this point, and that has not happened. And the NNPC itself needs to be called out on why there's subsidy provision till the end of June, only for it to go ahead and change its meter prices. And then also, is there a ceiling price that is being put in place? If the NNPC has adjusted, why is it that the NMDPRA, sometime in April, when oil marketers said that the price of petrol was going to go up to as much as 750 naira per liter, the NMDPRA came out and said, including on Arise News Channel, that that was a falsehood, that the prices of petrol were not going to go up to 750 naira. But in different parts of the country, people woke up and started buying fuel at different prices. It's only that of the NNPC. That's about 500 naira and a little bit above. Some people are selling close to 800 naira per liter. So these authorities need to explain better to Nigerians. And of course, the government needs to come out and explain to us if indeed there was provision for subsidy up until June, or the provisions for subsidy ended on May 31st today.
Okay, Sumner, now let me come in here and bring in Yakubu Suleiman, who's also explicitly told us that the subsidy is on till June ending. Now speak to us, because it then means one thing, that even the NNPC, Ipman, Moman, Dapman, everyone who's jacked the prices are actually exploiting the consumers, and knowing full well that the products they have is also subsidized. Yakubu?
Well, that is not the truth, and we want to
So what's the truth in this situation now?
The truth is that, like Nigerians, we are all Nigerians, and we are marketers. We just woke up today and found out that the NNPC have, instructed that all the pump price should be adjusted to that certain, category of what can I put it, pricing. So, which we did, we comply, but we are eager and we are waiting for the NNPC to tell us the template, how much we buy at the depot price, ex-depot price, so that most of our marketers will come out and start sales at their filling stations.
You know the logic here, Yakubu Suleiman, I get the difficulty, but the logic here is that NNPC has spoken that it has enough stock to last till more than June. Then this is petrol that you just don't go off the shelf and pick up from the supermarket shelf. So they already have subsidized what they have in stock. So why is it that NNPC, which looks to me like the biggest culprit now for also joining Ipman and others to increase its pump price, will sell to Nigerians a product they readily has been subsidized by the government of Nigeria?
To be frank, this product, virtually, is an imported product. And you have to understand that they have to buy it at international price. So for them to come and sell it at what people expect, at the moment, well, I think it's going to be very difficult for the NNPC because they are the sole importers of this product.
So, Mr. Suleiman, if we get correctly what you're saying, what you're telling us is that what is in the depots right now is already bought at the future, price without the subsidies. Is that what you're saying?
Not at all.
So, help us understand how logical it is that Nigerians will pay for what is already subsidized. That's the question.
Yeah, even with subsidy.
Yes.
I think NNPC still buys, I want you to understand them, NNPC still buys at international price, much more than what the government has put in the subsidy in Nigeria. So therefore, it has to be market determined price. They have to, brings out what is their gens that will be, and they cannot just sell beyond what the subsidy it is. So in a nutshell, we just need...
let me bring Sumner. Sorry to cut you there. Let me bring in Sumner, because it looks to us as if, number one, the biggest culprit here is NNPC. Nigeria's, oil, major, if we want to use that. Now, look at it. The FCCP CEO released a statement yesterday talking about Dr. Tunde Irukera, where he specifically said, quote, "The commission notes a significant and potentially inexplicable emerging increase and lengthening of wait times in procuring fuel at petrol stations in certain locations across the country." And he went on to say, "This emerging hardship on motorists and other consumers invariably impedes commerce, traffic, and presents other difficulties, unintended consequences, and financial constraints for citizens." And if you go through the statement, he went on to talk about, shortchanging the consumer and exploiting the consumer because he believes that the product till June ending have been subsidized. Speak to us on what this means to the ordinary Nigerian out there, Sumner.
Thank you so much. Consumer protection is at the heart of all we are discussing. I think there's a near consensus among all Nigerians that subsidy must go. But the process for the removal of subsidy is what everyone is worried about, because just like I made reference to the last National Economic Council meeting where we had NEC agreeing on the fact that subsidy must go, but that the process would have to be gradual. And indeed, if the Nigerian people later decide that subsidy should not go in June, that they would, the new government would have to, take a decision on that. And of course, because there's a subsisting law in place, the National Assembly would have to amend it, and then of course the appropriation budget will also have to be amended. But since that has not happened, and we still have a month between today, June 31st, till the end of, May 31st, till the end of June, consumer protection is supposed to be at the heart of the functions of the NMDPRA and the FCCPC that you're talking about. Because Nigerians are waking up and feeling shortchanged that these petroleum products that are being imported by NNPC, which is the sole importer of these petroleum products, and are stored and have been subsidized from now to the end of June, are being sold to Nigerians beyond the amount that had been subsidized. So what is the National Assembly itself doing? The National Assembly should call out these agencies, including the National Oil Company, for trying to shortchange Nigerians. Everybody has agreed that subsidy should go, including the oil marketers. Why is it that when the oil marketers some time ago, last month in April, mentioned that the price of fuel could go per liter to above 750 naira, the NMDPRA came out to say no, that is not the situation. Is that not what we are seeing? And this committee that came out of the meeting with the representative of Mr. President today all agreed that the conversation had not got to a conclusion before this issue was announced. And so dialogue needs to come to place. President Bola Tinubu had told Nigerians that his government would like to listen to them and, ensure that whatever decisions he takes in government will be the result of consensus by the people. But this doesn't seem to be what we are seeing now. So the president and his representatives need to put measures on ground to ensure that between now and June, that subsidy payment that has been made for Nigerians enjoy it. The National Oil Company doesn't take advantage of people, and oil marketers who are already putting their prices above 750 naira or 800 should be punished. They should be sanctioned because they are taking advantage of the people. And you would have seen that this is affecting the cost of goods and services. And I don't think that is what President Tinubu would want his government to be remembered with. This is a honeymoon period that he should enjoy, and people should warm up to his policies. But I can tell you that if he starts like this, without listening to the people, without ensuring that the National Assembly protect the interests of the people, then it will be a very bad situation.
Yes, indeed. Mr. Suleiman.
Yeah.
Is this really a case of demand and supply, market forces?
Yeah.
Or is it just a case of really profiteering and taking advantage of Nigerians and maybe even trying an attempt to sabotage a new government that's in place?
Not at all. That's what exactly I told you. It's a case of demand and supply. And, deliberation, of course, yes, pricing must stay at the equilibrium. Of course, yes. But I just want to appeal to Nigerians that they should understand with the whole situation. And I believe dialogue is there, like you have said. Meetings have started with Labour, and I believe government is going to call the DAPMAN, MOMAN, IPMAN, and all stakeholders. I believe within the short possible time, a good result will come out to Nigerians. But let us believe, let us agree that the regulation is the answer.
Everyone agrees that.
And let
even
us
the
try
ordinary
and
man on the
support
street,
the government, the NNPC.
Mr. Suleiman,
yes.
if you'll allow me, the ordinary man on the street, based on our reports today, they do agree that yes, fuel subsidy really is not sustainable. It cannot continue. But for them, it is the timing and the process as well. And by the way, the issue of diesel and kerosene, there was, a removal of subsidy on those. How much impact really has it even had? Come to think of it. Yeah. What's the guarantee that with the removal of fuel subsidy at the end of the day that there will be that impact we expect for Nigerians?
No, I believe with the determination of government, and I believe that money that is supposed to be put in on subsidy is going to, channel it to social services, which Mr. President have always stated. Then let us pray there should be, before the stakeholders put it together, finish their workings and meetings, let government brings out some palliatives that can, full a lot of impact to the ordinary Nigerians. That's the prayer we can do, because ordinarily, of course, yes, once there is no subsidy, there is the regulation in the country, there must be social services assured. There's something that will be put in place like a palliative to Nigerians, so that the hospitals, schools, transport, and so forth, so that Nigerian will not feel the hardship, at the same time. So please let us exercise patience and see the outcome.
How
of the
long do you
meeting.
think Nigerians should wait for?
I believe within the shortest possible time, NNPC and the PRA and all the stakeholders, will come together and portion out what's supposed to be.
So
all right, we'll have to leave it there. Yes. Sumner.
Yeah, just very quickly, for the issues of patience that he's talking about, a lot of Nigerians have been very patient. And that's why that July timeline, synced together with that of the Dangote refinery that's supposed to come on stream. So if the monies had been paid for subsidized products between now and June, what exactly Nigerians are saying is that who is going to get the monies that have been paid for between now and June ending, when these petroleum products are supposed to still be subsidized? Who is going to benefit from the monies that are left if indeed that policy has started today instead of the end of June? That is what Nigerians are asking. Nigerians are prepared to be patient with the government. Nigerians are overwhelmed with the issues that have been put in place, that the Dangote refinery and other refineries will kick off from July. So if that is the case, why the haste to start implementing the subsidy from now for a product that has been subsidized by an appropriation budget to begin from June ending? So the question is, who will be benefiting from the monies that will be left between now and June? Because this product is supposed to have been subsidized till June ending, and we have a month before that time. So if that is not paid, there's a problem.
Really, I mean, who benefits from that?
That is a question
difference?
to government.
It's a question to
government can be able to answer.
All right, thank you. We'll have to
yeah.
leave it there. Yakubu
Yes.
Suleiman is National Public Relations Officer of Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN. Sumner, Sambo, thank you very much also for joining us.